Hey, what is going on, Scorpios? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, message do we have for Scorpios? All right, Scorpios. So the first thing I see is I feel like this energy is someone that you already know. Now I feel like with this connection, it was intense. It was intense. It was as intense as it is deep. I feel like so much energy running through you and them. And I feel like with this person, I feel like you knew, or you believe that you knew how this person felt about you. But I feel like it got to a point where it wasn't like just you knowing, wasn't enough. You wanted them to show up. And I feel like this person was kind of half-assing it. I feel like this person, I feel like this person had their shit together, and I feel like they still do, but I feel like they had a hard time stepping out of this strict routine. I feel like this person really wasn't living. And you knew that they were only giving you half of it. They were holding back some, almost trying to make this logical or having some sort of control over their own emotions. And as you know, being a Scorpio, one of the bigger pet peeves for Scorpios is someone who half-asses shit. Because Scorpios don't half-ass anything. And I feel like this energy with this person, them holding back, I feel like it caused this chaotic energy between the two of you. We have that Tower card. I feel like things just fell apart. It was almost like you weren't, you were tired of waiting around for this person to get the clue. Like you didn't want to be something that they took care of, or you didn't want to be something that they had to schedule. And I mean that in all senses, in scheduling vacations, scheduling dates. There was no spontaneity. And I mean that, I don't feel like that was the real problem. I feel like that was part of it, but I feel like the other part was like I said, they try to control their emotions. Almost like rationing their emotions to you, and that wasn't enough. It was half-ass. Now, currently where we're sitting, I feel like this person has never really let you go. I don't think they can. I don't think they want to. Thinking about you and only you, still remembering you, still thinking about you, still craving you. I mean, if they let in half the intensity I feel this person has for you, I don't feel like this would have ever ended. And I actually feel like it hasn't really ended. This is still burning hot. This person with that 8 of Cups in reverse, they're not walking away from this. I don't think they can. Like I said, I mean, I feel like this internal struggle in this person is they know what they want. But they have this overwhelming sense of having to be controlled. I feel like they held back from you before. I feel like you felt it, and I feel like you were right. Sometimes we're with someone and we know they got more in them. And when we don't start seeing it, and it gets to a point where we're just like, if you're not giving it to me, then I'm not worth it to you. But that wasn't the case with this person. That wasn't the case at all. And like I said, they can't walk away. They don't want to walk away. And the only thing they can do is change. Adapt. And I see a lot of big changes this person has made. I mean, I see a lot of big changes. I see this huge transformation in this person because, frankly, this person knows what life's like without you. Before you, they didn't know what life was like without you. But now that they know you, now that they know how that feels, and now losing you, I mean, this person's feeling defeated. So the only thing they can do is change them. They don't want to change you. I see this person putting a lot of work. I feel like they've been putting in a lot of work. And they still are. I see this person coming back in a huge way. I see them opening up communication with you. I see this person not only opening up communication, but I feel like they're going to be very, very forward in what they want. And I feel like it's going to be a huge surprise for you to see this person in this light. I mean, I feel like it's what you wanted before. And maybe got to a point where you, like for some of you, you got to a point where you felt like it wasn't happening, or they didn't have it, or they were never going to show you. Now they're showing you. And I feel like they really don't care if it's too late. They have to say what they have to say, and it all comes in very spontaneous to you, but not to them. This is something they've been planning. This is not spontaneous. It seems spontaneous to you because they're seemingly coming out of nowhere. But trust me when I say this person has put a lot of work and a lot of planning into this. They're not coming to you half-ass. Not anymore. I feel like that's how they lost it the first time. This person is coming after what they want. Something this intense and this deep, it's not something that goes away. Not overnight, not over weeks, months, sometimes not even over years. This person is fiercely in love with you. And I feel like they know what life is like without you, so they know they need to make changes in order to have you in it. I feel like this person has gone through a huge emotional awakening. You know, I mean, sometimes you got to lose everything to understand anything. You know, and like I said, I feel like with this person, you're not replaceable to them. They can't replace you. They don't want to replace you. And that strong, intimate, deep connection that was so intense. You know, this kind of reminds me of one of those fires. Now, take this in the best way possible. When I lived out west, a lot of forest fires. One particular forest fire started, and this happens a lot, it's campfires. You think that it's out. Like, people even pour water on it and they think it's out, but it's still burning underneath. And then they leave and they think the fire's out, so they don't, and all of a sudden this thing just erupts again. And I feel like this is what this is. This is what it feels like. This is burning bigger, stronger, and more intense than it ever burned. It just needed time. But like I said, it never really went anywhere. It was always kind of burning underneath. With this person coming back, I mean, this person's going to be very open with you. They're not chancing this again. They're stronger with you. They're bond with you. It not only did it not go away, but I feel like it's stronger than it ever was. With the strength card, and then we also have the Two of Cups. It's a lifelong bond. I feel like it wasn't over for them. I feel like it's never gonna be over for them. When you meet the person, the person that you're so deeply connected to in a way that you've never been connected, like I see with the Lovers card. When you have that depth, this deep connection, you hold on to it. And I feel like it's one of those things you hold on to forever, and this person doesn't want to have the regret of not giving it a try. Like I said, this person, I feel like they really don't know how you're going to react. But they're going to tell you anyway. And I feel a very genuine energy with this person. Like, I don't feel like this person is trying to bullshit you. I don't feel like they're trying to sell you ice cubes. They're not trying to... They're not bullshitting you. They want this. They want you. And they need you. And they'll do what it takes to make you see that. If they have to, do whatever they got to do, they're going to do it. An establishment of trust. This isn't just a part-time change in this person. This is permanent. I feel like you inspired something in this person. Wish it would have happened a while ago. But sometimes you got to lose everything to understand anything, like I said. And then with this, I feel like this person's coming back and they're establishing that trust with you. And the first thing they're going to do with that is just be honest. They want to reconcile with that Ace of Wands. I mean, it's reconciliation. They want to make it right because it feels wrong without you. A lot of fire in this read. We got Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I mean, we also have Cancer and Pisces. We have Taurus, Gemini, and Aquarius. Sometimes we don't get it right the first time. I just feel this overwhelming regret in this person. So, I mean, it screams this genuine energy. I don't feel like this person's not being genuine with you. I don't feel, all I feel is regret. But it's not too late. I keep hearing that. It's not too late. You know, when you truly love someone, you love them forever. And I feel like this is what this person's feeling. You know, they try to control their emotions. They try to, you know, be in control, but there's no room for control in a relationship. You know, you can't ration your emotions. And if you have to, you're not in the right place. You know, that's why you see, I can name a few couples that broke up for years. They were together, they were, you know, they had this deep connection, and they broke up for years. Actually, my aunt and uncle, they were apart for 15 years. And when they got back together, everybody was so surprised. It was just shocking because nobody saw it coming. You know, they had other people in that middle ground, but you know, they renewed their vows. They were married, and they didn't actually get divorced. I think that was part of the sign right there. You know what I mean? Like, I think that was a sign. Is how can you not be with someone for 15 years and not get a divorce unless it means something? But they renewed their vows, and I remember my uncle standing in front of everybody, and he said that he never felt the same with anybody else. But he just wasn't ready. You know, he wasn't ready to give her what she wanted, what she needed. And he didn't want her living a life without it. So he had to let her go. But he said that was a lot easier said than done. You know, and I feel like I said, you know, hopefully, I don't wish that on anybody, because, I mean, like, that's another thing he said in his speech. He said that, I just wish I would have realized this 15 years ago. He said, because I missed out, you know, my soulmate, my best friend for 15 years. It was time that we'll never get back. But I feel like sometimes we're not as mature when we're younger, and sometimes we need that time to grow up, and we might have met the right person. We just weren't ready for them yet. You know, if it was meant to be, it's going to be. That's just simple as it is. I just hope that most people don't take that kind of time, because that's time you don't get back. I mean, my cousin, their daughter was 5 when they got divorced. When they got remarried, she was 20. And she said, I wish I would have had my parents together the whole relationship. You know? It's funny how things work out, but I see that a lot. Usually it's not that long of a distance between, like, usually it's a few years. You know, people want to go find themselves, or, you know, sometimes you meet somebody young and you don't have any experience, so you don't know. So you feel like you need to experience the world, and sometimes you need to let each other go. And like I said, I mean, I feel like if it's true love, it's not going anywhere. It'll still burn underneath. You never really put it out. I'm getting pretty sappy. All right. Love you all. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.